Day one of our lobster voyage. Here we go. He picked us up and drove us. Walk down to the float. Jumped onto his skiff and he took us on out to his boat. Tied out on a mooring not too far away. You talk about a peaceful and beautiful day. It can't get much better than this. As Mike and I get settled in, Billy gets up to the front of the boat and ties off the skiff and unhooks the boat from the mooring, sets out the pulley, and we are ready to go. Well, we're not sure what we've gotten ourselves into. I'm not. Mike gets on his bibs and ready to roll. As Billy gets us out to our first string of traps, Mike gets to work right away cutting the bait in half and poking a hole in each one so it can be easily strung onto the bait. We got our bait ready. We got our bands ready. Now it's time for our first demonstration of how to get this stuff done. Billy lines us up on our first string of traps, and here we go. Lesson number one. See that knot went through there? It wasn't really a knot. Take a closer look at this. It's actually a ring that you're required to have on your line. You can see a closer look on the rope on the ground. You can see that ring. It has a 30-pound breaking point. It has to do with saving the whales. All right, back to our demonstration. First trap sporting lobsters. Not sure what we're doing here, but it looks like fun. That string on the back, that's where that hole, see that? Went through that threader and it threads it right onto that rope or string. And he can tie that onto the back, and that's where the bait is. Here's where we start getting school, right, Eve? Billy shows us what we need to know to keep ourselves and him out of trouble. First thing we learn is the difference between boys and girls. Boys on the left, girls on the right. See the difference? Then you got to look for eggs. If there's eggs, you have to mark them and throw them back. If you don't see eggs, you look for that little notch. See that notch on that right lobe there? That tells you that it's a breeding female. Then they've got to measure. Hooks in at the eye and has to go below that notch before the tail. If all that seems to be working out, you can go ahead and band them. But before you throw them, you got to watch and check. You squeeze their claw, and if that little knuckle swells out back and forth, they need to get a double band because they are considered hard shells. Time to loop around and get started on our second string of traps. Captain Bill makes this look easy, but trust me, it's not. Here, he's sticking a couple of bands on the top of that buoy there to show that that is the beginning of his string.
Little teeny sea urchin. Good. I'll let you make it.
You can see the one wasn't even worth measuring. There he goes, hooking him in the eye. Wasn't down to the tail yet. Nope, both of them a little too short. 3 shorts in that one. There's a good one. As you can see, we're not the only ones out there, but Billy's working his way around to get oriented to the beginning of that string. And it's buoy away. Billy's looking for the next buoy in this string, and he has several different tools at his disposal. He's got his depth finder set for fathoms. He's got a graph, but mainly uses his compass and knowledge of knowing where he's at from doing it for so many years. He gets us lined up right away, and here we go again. As the crate starts to fill up, the lobsters start to dry out a little bit, and Billy teaches us another trick. Give him a little water. That makes sense. It wasn't all work. There were seals around. Absolute beauty the entire time. If you're going to work, this should be your office. Time to clean up and get all that off the boat because we're getting ready to head back. Besides the islands, seals, and other things, Billy spotted a pair of bald eagles in the top of a tree. I was able to zoom in and get a pretty darn good shot of them. Getting back to the co-op, we pull up to the dock and the guys come up and take all of our catch and weigh it for us and give Billy the ticket. As you can see, we weren't the only ones weighing in at the time. These gals were loading them out by the barrel, we were loading them out by the tub.
Back.
As we're leaving, I was told this is the only respectable way to ride in a dinghy. I never did try it. Spotted this young guy out there by himself, motoring a boat. Yeah, I'm still not going to try it. As we get back to Billy's boat, he climbs back out on the front and swaps out the dinghy for the boat, and we are off in the dinghy. This might be a good time to mention Billy's 84 years old. Billy's been a lobsterman for the majority of his life. He showed us the island out here that he was actually raised on. His mother turned 105 this year. She's been a lobsterman her whole life as well, and she still maintains her license and goes out on the boat at 105. Billy climbs down below and shuts the two valves off, lets the water in to cool his engine off, and we're off and running. We had the same short ride back to the co-op dock where we let in at. I think they call them floats and not docks, but I would say thank you to Mike Elliott for putting this all together, and a very special thanks for Captain Billy Oliver for his hospitality and willing to share his knowledge and his boat and everything. What a great day.